Multiple safes broken into, drawers ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes of
What the feds just uncovered in Floyd Mayweather's house is terrifying. They going after Floyd Mayweather's bag. Remember the brother that walked around with $100 million check in his bag, said he ain't even got to cash it? Well, they on his line.
I think it got to right now because the money gone.
In a shocking revelation, the FBI reportedly exposed what's being described as a $420 million scam tied to Floyd Money Mayweather. When agents raided his Las Vegas mansion, they allegedly uncovered signs of large-scale financial manipulation, shady investments, and questionable overseas accounts, shaking the foundation of a retired boxing legend's lavish empire. The controversy exploded even further when ESPN personality Stephen A. Smith delivered a fiery, unfiltered reaction that echoed the outrage spreading across the public.
They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys.
I haven't seen these?
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my...
Federal agents stormed the multi-million-dollar Las Vegas mansion of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Reports soon surfaced that the raid was tied to a wider investigation into an elaborate financial operation involving shell companies, cryptocurrency laundering, and bogus investment ventures allegedly connected to people within his inner circle.
What's up, everybody? So check it out. This morning I was walking through Beverly Hills and I passed by Floyd Mayweather's $30 million mansion. It's over 15,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, resort-style backyard.
According to insiders, Federal Bureau of Investigation agents seized dozens of electronic devices, financial records, offshore banking documents, and even encrypted ledgers. Investigators are reportedly examining transactions that could total around $420 million linked to suspected financial fraud.
Lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all belong.
While Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long flaunted his money team lifestyle, private jets, Bugattis, diamond chains, and stacks of cash, federal investigators now suspect that part of that fortune may have been built or maintained through questionable means. Some documents reportedly indicate he may have either knowingly invested in or been used as the public face of investment schemes that allegedly defrauded thousands of people, particularly in overseas markets.
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
Happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
The money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Stephen A. Smith has seen firsthand the lavish lifestyle of Floyd Mayweather Jr., from his mansion and luxury cars to his private jet. Familiar with the scale of his financial success, Smith has witnessed the rewards of Mayweather's discipline and career, giving him a close view of the empire the boxer built and a unique perspective on his business instincts and approach to money.
Undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring, knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
What makes the reaction from Stephen A. Smith even more significant is that he has personally visited the mansion of Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the past. In earlier interviews and podcasts, Smith described the property as a symbol of success and proof of what one man can achieve through talent, discipline, and smart branding.
About why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 3
and you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right.
However, once Mayweather moved into exhibition bouts after retirement, his return to the ring appeared driven more by money than legacy. His fight with Logan Paul is a clear example. Stephen A. Smith openly criticized the match, noting it had little competitive value. Logan Paul, a YouTuber turned amateur boxer, was no real challenge for Mayweather, making the fight feel like a cash grab rather than a pursuit of greatness.
He's absolutely sensational, but he retired years ago. And for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
When Floyd Mayweather was confronted about Logan Paul's claims of unpaid money on the Pivot podcast, he tried to brush off the issue. He told the interviewer that he liked YouTube and insisted the payment was only delayed, explaining that money takes time to process. His response appeared evasive, attempting to frame the situation as a minor delay rather than a failure to settle his obligations.
Want some bread. How you feel about someone making those type of accusations?
That comes with the territory.
Right.
And you got to realize, when you used to getting, to them, that's real money. And I like YouTube because I don't mind getting a YouTube check.
Shit, we getting a YouTube check.
Right.
This is going to be a big YouTube check.
Yeah, so, the money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while, And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when a table is turned.
Right.
Look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the table is turned, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest pay.
Recent reports have raised questions about Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s claims of owning a $42 million portfolio of 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Despite his public statements and social media posts asserting full ownership, investigations suggest otherwise. In an Instagram video, Mayweather showed several buildings, declaring, "All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners." However, property records reviewed by Business Insider indicate that ownership of these buildings has not changed.
Trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems...
Mayweather Jr. recently responded to rumors that his $42 million real estate investment had caused financial issues. He claimed that he purchased 62 Manhattan buildings on his own, stating, "I used my own money, and no one else is in on this."
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion rather than full ownership of all 62 buildings outright. In summary, Floyd Mayweather has publicly claimed to purchase 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, aiming to enhance affordable housing in the area. While these claims have been widely reported, the exact details and confirmation of ownership are still subject to verification. So even ChatGPT is saying, like, that's not official. Whether Mayweather is saying it or not, ChatGPT is saying it's not official. That deal has not gone through.
However, property records reviewed by Business Insider show that ownership of these buildings has not changed, suggesting Mayweather may have acquired only a minority stake with potential for future expansion. This discrepancy raises questions about the accuracy of his claims and whether he was misinformed or withholding details about the deal. Celebrated as the highest-paid boxer in history, Mayweather Jr. built immense wealth through his undefeated career and savvy self-promotion. After retiring in 2017, he maintained a lavish lifestyle, acquiring luxury properties and items. Yet reports indicate he faced major financial challenges, including a $22.2 million IRS debt from unpaid 2015 taxes, which likely influenced his decision to return to the ring for high-profile exhibition matches.
Earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like
Stephen A. Smith has consistently expressed criticism of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s post-retirement exhibition fights. While he accepted that the bout against Conor McGregor was reasonable given McGregor's combat sports background, Smith faulted later exhibitions against less challenging opponents, arguing that chasing easy paydays could undermine Mayweather's hard-earned legacy.
What kind of boxing background? I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your...
In a candid interview, Stephen A. Smith directly asked Mayweather whether he prioritized his legacy over financial gain. Mayweather's answers, emphasizing his business skills and revenue generation, led Smith and others to view a shift from preserving his boxing legacy toward focusing on wealth accumulation.
Money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
But Fear, it's important to point this out about you. You're not just that way when it comes to your family and your children. You're that way with professional athletes. I know NBA players that have relationships with you, professional football players that have relationships with you, etc. And the same thing that you just said that you preach to your children and your family, you've been preaching to them. That seems to be a personal mission of yours. Why?
It's about giving back. You know, I don't have to go on record and talk about the things that I do.
Adding fuel to the controversy, former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen revealed a striking claim. He stated that the Mayweather versus McGregor fight was not as financially successful as it seemed, alleging that many empty seats were filled with people dressed to make the event appear sold out. Having covered the fight live, Sonnen criticized the illusion crafted by Mayweather's PR team.
He's going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own.
Even in an interview with Stephen A. Smith, Mayweather was asked whether he prioritized his legacy or his money. Known for his money persona, he acknowledged earning over $800 million during his career, but insisted that his focus had always been on building wealth.
I've already made somewhere upwards of $800 million.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
We ain't going to say more than money. We know better. We're not going to say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs.
Do Floyd Mayweather's exhibition matches enhance or diminish his legacy? Is it justifiable for a retired champion to prioritize financial gain over real competitive challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments below.